What have your angels been trying to tell you? Find out in this collaboration tarot video where you intuitively pick a mystic and then click the name in the description or pinned comment to fast forward to your reading. So, do you feel a connection with mystic number 1, Divinity Incarnate, mystic number 2, Eagle Eye Tarot, or mystic number 3, Velvet Cat? Since these are general readings, don't force anything to resonate. Be discerning as to what is for you and what is for others. If you're triggered by any messages, it could actually mean that there is healing and shadow work that is needed. But if the mystic message you pick isn't resonating at all, that's totally okay. You might have not picked intuitively and you can come back here to pick a different one. For the most resonant messages, I do encourage you to take a moment to breathe in and breathe out when selecting. We hope to be able to provide you with confirmation, encouragement, and the guidance that you need in your unique life path.
Hello everyone, welcome to your reading all about a message that your angels have been trying to convey to you. I'm super honored and excited to be holding space for you today. We're just going to jump right into this reading. I will say right off the jump that if you are not in some sort of relationship, like romantic, that this reading is probably not for you. But even if you're like in a situationship or just kind of dating someone, or if you've been in long term, that this one, stick around, check it out, and see if it resonates with you. So right away, the only reason I say this is because you did have the Lovers come up in both sections of this reading, as well as the Ace of Cups and a Loyal Heart, which all kind of indicate to me that this is a romantic dynamic. Now, I feel that something happened in this dynamic that kind of spooked you a little bit. For the souls that are drawn to this, something spooked you, and your guides are really, your angels are really bringing your awareness around the fact that I'm hearing something about this is a spiritual upgrade that you're getting from this individual, because you are learning what it means to be in a divine union with someone. You are learning what it means to be in this type of alchemized or a container that holds space for deep alchemization of your greatest karmas, with this devil coming through. So I'm not sure what happened. The guides aren't really giving me too much of an indication, because I feel like how this applies to everyone is going to be a bit different. But your commitment being tested and Loyal Heart really kind of indicates to me that something happened and you're feeling a little bit unsure if you can trust someone. And with the Ten of Swords in reverse, I feel like a lot of this mistrust that you're experiencing has less to do. You're like asking your guides, you're wondering, like, is this really, I keep getting these weird synchronicities about this, and I feel like you're just in a very confused state as to whether you can trust this individual or not. And your angels are bringing this to your awareness, right? And so this was kind of like a threshold that you guys have reached together. This threshold of, I feel like maybe things were it's just like now shit's getting real is kind of what I'm getting. Like you guys were coasting and maybe little things were coming up here and there, but I feel like this is the first kind of big thing that's come up for either you or this other person in this dynamic, and you're not really sure what to do, where to go. It seems like you can't receive divine clarity as much as you're trying to. You're asking for the signs, you're asking for the synchronicities, but I feel like things are really murky at this time. And yeah, as much as you can, keeping the channels of communication open and, residing in your confidence, but in a space where your heart is open. Because we do have don't let pride get in your way coming up over here. And, pride is an energy of the heart. Okay. And because we do have the Ace of Cups coming up down here, this is just like, there's several messages that indicate that pride, and when we make decisions from that level, and essentially what pride is, right? Or what the devil is, the devil energy. I've heard it said before, higher self is like God in the Bible. Higher self is like God equivalent, your higher self, your higher mind, divine mind. And the devil is like our ego. The devil is our pride. The devil are our protection mechanisms that we've developed along the way. When we've been hurt, when we don't want to be hurt again, when we don't want to experience a certain degree of unworthiness, etc. Okay, so I am feeling that your guides, your angels want you to know this. They're bringing your awareness around this because you might have started to develop some sort of protection mechanisms around your heart because of this. And we have see from a higher perspective. There's a lot of cards on here that are indicating to me that what you feel like happened, or like their motives, it's important to know that they're not malicious. Their motives are not malicious. And you guys are working to hold a mirror for each other to undo deep karma. Okay. And so whatever happened, I know that it kind of like gave you the spooks a little bit, but I am seeing that there's a lot here about commitment. Let's see, where did it go? Yeah, there's a lot here about commitment and maybe just needing to reframe your perspective around what has happened and why it's happened, and maybe how you see this individual. And yeah, I really am getting big energy from this. Like, this was a big thing, and it's kind of like a make or break, right? It's kind of like, are we going to continue to go forward from here, or are we just going to like call it quits? And so your guides, your angels are really asking you to ask them, even like I've done this before in dynamics where I was seeing through such a contracted lens of perception. And the more contracted your lens of perception, the more narrow, the less you're seeing from the eyes of your higher self, the more shitty you're going to feel. And the more likely it is that you're seeing things too close up, you're too zoomed in to the narrative that's unfolding before you. And so when we zoom out, when we ask our guides for the higher perspective, it doesn't necessarily mean anything is shifting outside of ourselves. But again, most of what creates our life, this is a game of perception. And so this is a big opportunity to either up-level your perception and liberate yourself even more, or to shackle yourself even more, because the devil energy is very strong here, okay? And the way that you make it about yourself, the way that you start to adopt certain narratives and truths that aren't inherently accurate. They're not inherently true, okay? There's a false perception that you're seeing through, and so it's like transforming and unveiling this illusion is what your angels want you to where they want you to go from here. Because I feel that, yeah, it just feels kind of monumental is what I'm getting. And yeah, so to continue with that, your guides are just reiterating that the more you have space to breathe around a certain situation, or your understanding of it, your interpretation of it, the more you know you are seeing through the eyes of God or the eyes of your higher self. But there is an indication here of not giving up, okay? If that's really what you want, you know? And there's an indication here too that of your intuition, you know. I feel like this is what you already know. A deeper part of you knows everything is good, and you'll make it out on the other side, and you guys will make it out on the other side, and it will kind of like reestablish and respark a much more beautiful love than maybe what you had before, or it's just building to this intention for this to be a divine union, a divine container of deep healing, right? And so maybe that's part of the conversation that needs to be had, you know, being curious, being open about this, and also recognizing and realizing that what these types of containers are for, right? These love, romantic containers, they are meant to take us to the depths of ourselves that most relationships, platonic friendships, can't take us. They take us to both ends of the spectrum. They take us to the most blissful feelings we've ever felt before, the deepest sense of love that we've ever felt before, but then they also take us to our deepest fears, our deepest insecurities, our deepest karmas. They hold the key for both of those. And what creates either a toxic relationship or a very healing, alchemized relationship is the recognition of that's what this is for. What's going to keep you coming back to this type of energy? What's really, you know, going to keep us coming back to having to feel these insecurities and having to feel these shitty things, other than love, other than a love that sets you on fire in so many different ways. And so this is your curriculum. This is your schoolroom. You're learning a lot throughout this dynamic, or at least there's an opportunity to. And so there might just be some conversations that need to be had of like, this is what is going to happen. This shit's going to be pushed to the surface. Okay. And B, it's like, are we at a point of maturity, both individuals, where we can recognize that it's not necessarily about you, what you're doing, right? This is what your angels are reminding you. It's not about what they're doing. It's about they're holding a mirror to something within you that is distorted, right? And I'm not ever saying stay in abusive partnerships or anything. That's never what I'm saying. It's just, I feel that overall, this is a healthy dynamic, but something spooked you and triggered a deep wound that your guides are saying it's not exactly what it appears to be. And it's an opportunity to either run away from something that I feel deep down you really want, or to be like, you know what, this is my work. And to just have that honest conversation. And this is where these containers are so beautiful. And when a more deeper type of love is born, because maybe you guys are shifting out of like more of a honeymoon, or more of just like the excitement of dating and meeting and, you know, all of those heightened emotions. And maybe now you're moving into something more real, something more substantive, something more that offers more longevity. Okay. And yes, with See Your Seeds Grow, I feel like it's like, this is just the beginning in some way. And now it's like, okay, now the roots are really starting to develop. And this is where, you know, that deep romantic 20-year, 30-year, 40-year, 50-year, you know, my grandparents after 50 years are renewing their vows this summer. And I'm like, damn, that type of love, you know, it's possible only when we find ourselves in those dynamics where these wounds are going to be opened. We know that. And it's either, are we going to pour salt on them by feeding that narrative, by making it about the other person, or are we going to allow it space to finally heal by saying, I see you, bringing it to our partner's awareness. Hey, this, you know, kind of triggered me in this way. I know it's not about you. This is my work, but I just wanted to let you know that this is what is coming up. And this starts to offer such a sweetness, right? I am seeing there is an opportunity here to really deepen your love. Interesting that the devils and the lovers are coming up, you know, stacked up right next to each other, because I really feel that now the work is starting to happen. And it's like, where do I go from here? And your guides want you to move forward with confidence and to know that things are going to turn out better than anticipated, you know, and it takes two to tango. So timelines are always shifting. I just looked up and saw 11:11 on the clock. I love that confirmation. Timelines are always shifting, and especially when you have multiple timelines involved, you know, with other people. But I do feel like overall, your intuition already knows that you're good, that it's good, that your mind is playing tricks on you. I feel intuitively you get that. And your guides your angels are really saying, you know, don't close your heart. You know, don't start to develop a rigidity or like kind of like a pride where you're like passive aggressive or not talking, or you're withholding because, you know, understandably so, you're scared. And I get it. You know, we don't want to feel these things that we felt before. And this is where we have an opportunity to alchemize it, right? And I feel like intuitively, you know, this person's heart, intuitively, you know, the truth of this situation, and keep your heart open is the main message here. And, you know, the heart is the gateway between our higher self and our human experience. And so it's the difference between our divine ideals, our divine mind, and then our ego, you know. So when we start to close our hearts down because we were spooked or whatever, you know, honor your process, that cuts us off from that divine flow manifesting even more into our life, right? So it's really important to use this as a catalyst to just let this tenderize you and really let you be humbled by this in whatever way, and I don't think that you guys are arrogant at all, but it's just a tenderizing more is what your guides are bringing me to. It's definitely going to open your heart even more. And yeah, this is so beautiful. And just to go back to that, I feel like that metaphor of the heart closing, you know, that's the difference between, you know, that analogy that came through in the beginning, the devil and God, the ego or the higher self. Which one is going to rule the show? And the heart needs to be open to ensure that it is our higher self, that it is our highest timelines that are manifesting, you know, my will to thy will, and just trusting the process. Because deep down, you guys know what's going on, what's up. And this is just an opportunity to deepen your love for self and to deepen your love and your commitment for this container of deep transformation. There's nothing more accelerating of growth, then not only when you're moving in intuition, moving in alignment with where your life is taking you, but romantic containers that are, you know, these high level types of soulmates where there's a lot of mirroring happening and there's a lot of, you know, triggers coming up. There's no container that's more accelerated that I've experienced in this life than that of like a really pure love where both of you guys just have such a sweetness for each other and such a deep desire to grow with each other and to build something together. And I do feel that this container, that this person, this other individual is could potentially be that or is that for you. And you already know that, you know? And so just go with the flow, my friends. Don't overthink it. There's a lot of like mind energy over here. The more that we close our heart, the more the mind kind of takes over, you know? So it's important to keep the heart open because the stories that our mind tells us and the stories that our heart tells us are oftentimes very different stories and will lead us in very different directions. Okay, keep your heart open. All is well, my friends. I hope this message landed well for you. Yeah, if you want to connect or anything, hop over to my channel, Divinity Incarnate. I would love to see how these land for you. Much love, my friends.
Hi, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you being here. Before I get into the reading, I want to let you know about some channeled messages that came through during meditation. So first of all, step away. I don't know what that's about, but the words step away came to mind. This could be maybe temporarily, or maybe this is about walking away from something completely. Also, I seen like a petal in my mind's eye. It was kind of shaped like these little guys here, but it was more so, it seemed to be more so like a doorway because I felt as if I was walking through it, or it was like coming to me. So that could mean many things. Perhaps something is on its way to you, a manifestation perhaps. And then also a lot of animals came through. So a duck, a goose, a bird. I'm not too sure what kind of bird, but it had a long neck. Also a dog, a deer, or an antelope could be significant to you. And then I seen this really beautiful image of I'm by a lake and I could see the reflections of the mountains in the lake, and it's nighttime. And I see two meteorites coming down to earth together. And there's like this really beautiful blue hue around them. And then yeah, I think that's it for the channeled messages. But right before I was about to start your reading, I had the windows open and the incense burning and all that, and I was like clearing out the space and the energy. And it's really windy outside right now, and a large gust of wind came through, and my fireplace is elevated off the ground and it's open on all sides, and so it blew some ashes that I didn't clean up last night. It blew some ashes everywhere. And I didn't, really react immediately. I just proceeded to like close the window so I can get started on your reading, because it wasn't that much ash, but it was enough to be seen. But anyway, but when that happened, I immediately thought, make sure you clean up your own space, take care of what you need to take care of before you try airing things out, or airing other people out, or something like that. Like, make sure you have your together before you try to tell someone else how to do their thing. But also, like, burning bowl ritual came to mind as well. Perhaps that would be helpful with clearing out some energies within you or around you, or both. Releasing, letting go of habits, patterns, beliefs that are no longer assisting in your soul's growth. If you're interested in that, or you've been called to do that, a burning bowl ritual, I feel like that could be a good idea. But please do that safely, and do some research into it if you're like curious about it. But anyways, let's get into your reading. I feel amazing right now. I feel full of love, and I mean, that's fitting because this is a message about what your angels have been trying to tell you. Also, I've been called to pull from many different decks. I'm gonna kind of fast forward this part because I don't want to have this video be too long. And then these decks here, there's 3 of them here. I felt called to pull at the end of your reading. I'm gonna pull some tarot as well, but these are all the decks that I was called to pull, and I was like, oh my god, I don't think I've ever in any of my readings used so many decks. But anyways, let's get right into it. Meditation brings answers at the bottom. The Queen with the gem at the bottom. Angel of Love at the bottom. I love that coming through because, like I was saying, I was feeling so full of love right now. It's so just safe and really warm, and there's a lot of warm tones here. I love that. We have Patience. Wow, and Door to Spirit. And like I was saying, in meditation, I felt like I was like walking through some kind of doorway. Damn, I love that. Relationships at the bottom. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. We had Fear come out. I realized that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. More of this love coming through here. And let's grab one more. At the bottom of the deck, we have Pink Chalcedony, self-expression. Life is your canvas. Yes, on the split, Garnet and Lady's Mantle, womb healing, sexual power, and sovereignty. Love that. I feel like there's a lot of yellow, a lot of red going on in your reading. And purple. Red, yellow, and purple could be significant colors. I gave all these a big shuffle before I started, but for some reason I felt like shuffling these again. Bottom, look at that bottom of the deck. Rose quartz and olive tree. An olive branch, reconciliation, a peace offering, but alchemy of love, more love energy coming through. Peace offering, compassion, Venus energy, abundance, love that. Ananda light and lemon balm, integrating energies, awakening and transitioning. Yeah, there's a lot here about like going through some kind of doorway. Okay, be assertive with the Queen here. I feel like this is about yourself. Like if you set these boundaries for yourself, if you set these goals for yourself, like be assertive with yourself as well. But yes, also be assertive with others. You don't have to wear this false mask to please other people. Some of you could be working through, people pleasing and kind of releasing that energy. Definitely because we have this snake here on the Queen, and the snakes make me think of healing, regeneration, shedding old skin, shedding this mask. And again, I feel like there's something here about you are definitely growing on a personal level, your personal development, like you're maturing somehow, some way. Not saying you're immature now, but you're maturing somehow, some way. And also like on a spiritual level as well. And we definitely have this like awakening, transitioning, integrating energies here. Ananda light is a really gentle healing stone. It really helps you work through your fears, and teaches you patience and the wisdom of patience. And we did have a lot of energy coming through about like love. I feel like a lot of you sense this, that you are changing and that things are moving in a new direction for you. And there could be a lot of fear there because you're like, am I ready for this? Is this like my path? Is this the direction I need to go in? And it's like the universe isn't going to punish you for taking whatever direction you choose is the direction that is for your highest good. And the universe is going to, whatever you choose, the universe is going to align you with the people, places, and opportunities down that path. There's no right or wrong when choosing the direction toward, growth. We have this Empress at the bottom of the tarot here. And we did have that, look, the Hierophant, spiritual guidance, spiritual growth. More snake-like energy here. This Seven of Swords, yeah, it's about lying, stealing, cheating, but this is mainly about like asking for help and coming up with a new strategy. And I did get this message of like stepping away in meditation. So again, perhaps this is not stepping away from something completely, although it could be, right? Take it how it resonates. But it's like coming up with a new strategy, doing something different, and having patience with yourself. More importantly, I do feel like a lot of you are coming out of some kind of hardship, and that's probably why there are these fears. Ace of Swords. There are these fears that, whatever the fears may be, it's because you are coming out of a time that has been a little hazy, that has been a long cycle for some of you. Oh jeez, look, the sun. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely incredible. With the moon, yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of anxieties, a lot of fear, but this is also about intuition. This is also about choosing a direction and going down that path and being bold and courageous, and just, you know, being being bold and having courage is not about not being afraid. It's about being afraid but doing the damn thing anyway, because you are divinely guided and divinely supported. We have this beautiful angel here. We have this dove here on the door to spirit. We have this Ananda light energy here, which is very gentle, encouraging, nurturing, healing energy. We have the Queen here. And the Queen, I'm thinking of the Queen of Swords, or the Queen of Wands as well. But it's like being confident in yourself and in the moves that you make, and being assertive, and not, I don't like using this, I don't know why, I don't like saying this expression, but like being a doormat. Like, you're not a doormat, baby, you're a damn queen, right? So we have moon energy here in this Queen card, and we also have the moon coming out. So I feel like this is saying to take those fears. It's something about like what you fear is what is going to free you. So the same thing that you fear is what's going to bring you into this energy, this Queen energy, right? This take you to this door to spirit. It's what's going to bring you to healing. It's what's going to bring you to your creativity, to your goals, your wishes, your dreams, your desires. We have the Ace of Swords here. This is about clarity. This is about having a breakthrough. And I feel like this is within you. You're unlocking something within your mind, within your psychology, within your emotions even. And it's really bringing about this energy of being able to let go and being able to walk into this doorway, this sun. And on the Ace of Swords, there is that olive branch there. And again, it's like, it's about, you know, a peace offering, reconciliation. And I believe we even had peace offering here. And this could be around the relationships that you find yourself in, or the people that you find yourself with, and having the faith and know that you are being aligned with the people that are for your highest good. Or perhaps you're already in alignment with them, but there's this energy of like fearing connection because you have been hurt, because maybe there's some root chakra, solar plexus, sacral chakra energy that needs to be healed and transitioned and integrated within you. I'm gonna pull these last. Let's get some messages here from our little bird friends. I definitely feel like, this could have something to do with something from the past that maybe you've been carrying on your mind, on your heart for a long time. Or this is about like unlocking something that you have tucked away deep within your mind, something that an idea or a manifestation or a dream, a goal, a wish that you had maybe when you were a lot younger. It's being illuminated to you somehow, some way. And I think it's because you are going through this transformative period. Oh my gosh, I just thought you're not going crazy. Okay, so for some of you, you could be feeling like you're going crazy. Like things are just like, what is going on right now? You're not going crazy, baby. You're just transforming. You're just shedding old skin. Okay? This is the feather. Perhaps you're seeing a lot of black feathers. It's the crow. Ooh, universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. Yes. This clarity, this truth. Ace of Swords is about truth. Chickadee at the bottom of the deck. The time is right to release old patterns and energies. You are ready to embrace change. Yeah. And I was definitely getting step away from something, right? And then also that burning bowl ritual came to mind. Releasing moon energy, doing a full moon ritual could be, or new moon ritual, releasing some kind of energy because things are changing within you and around you. Surrender frustration at the bottom of the deck and surrender to the magic of who you are. You are changing. You are transforming. Some of you are coming into your spiritual gifts, talents, and abilities. It's just a matter of time. Something's definitely happening here, and you need to be patient at this time. Sixth house energy is coming through for some reason. I think this is saying, like, look, do what you need to do, right? As you wait for whatever this is that you are waiting on, do what you need to do. Take care of your daily routines and work and all that jazz. Keep moving forward, and in time, some kind of breakthrough, some kind of opportunity is definitely coming through. Some kind of truth is being revealed here. And it's going to be extremely healing, extremely enlightening, and encouraging even. Look, surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Door to spirit, step into this doorway. Like I was saying, I feel like this doorway was coming to me, or I was walking through it. Also, like, again, that solar plexus energy, sacral chakra, that root chakra, right? I feel like there needs to be maybe some healing around that, or just maybe some meditations around that. For some of you, this could be telling you to do some, your angels have been kind of guiding you to do some shadow work, because that Queen of Wands energy was definitely coming through. But at the bottom of this deck is surrender to receiving support and love. And like I was saying, some of you may be surrounded by the people and the relationships and friendships that are for your highest good, but it's just a matter of opening up to that and feeling safe in those relationships, because perhaps, you know, you didn't have a good example of what healthy relationships look like, or you've been hurt way too many times in the past. But this is saying allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Damn, I love that. And then finally, let's go ahead and look, tiger's eye and black tourmaline. These are both very protective stones. Let's go ahead and get one final message here. I feel called to read from the book. No way. I knew I should have said that. I had a feeling this card was going to come out. Soulmate, number 35. I had a feeling that this was going to come out. And I love that. I had that feeling because, yes, this can be about a soulmate, right? But I'm also getting this energy of like coming into alignment with your true authentic energy, with your higher self, coming into alignment with yourself. And then we have this charoite. I don't know if I am saying that right. Number 50. And again, this 5 energy coming through. It's about hardships, yes, but it's also about being adaptable. It's about change. It's about significant change. Okay. I'm going to read from the book. A lot of you could be, maybe lions are significant. We have this flower here. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of crows. A lot of these are signs and symbols for you to look into and to meditate on, to journal on. And you'll find those answers. Just like I feel like meditation brings answers was at the bottom of this first deck that I was pulling from. And I feel like there are a lot of synchronicities for many of you like this dove, even the shell, this snails could be significant, or like the beach or something. But yeah, anyway, 98, some of you can be born in 98. This says 2 crystals side by side. I'll hold the thing up here. 2 crystals side by side call in a twin flame, a complement to your soul. This is what people mean when they ask for a soulmate. A twin flame bonds 2 people in an intimate relationship or unites you with the higher part of your soul. The self-understanding is you yearn to be loved, but does this come from a black hole you need to fill? Black holes can be filled only from the inside by loving yourself fully and integrating different facets of your being. A twin flame means embracing deep intimacy and interdependency between yourself and another at a spiritual and physical levels. The divination says old heartbreak may need to be healed. Wow. Ties with the past, the 6 of Cups. Ties with the past companion cut or vows renegotiated. Yeah, this like reconciling here. This peace offering was coming through. All right. Prepare for open-hearted, intimate, unconditional love. Decide whether you want a soulmate with the soul lessons that implies, or a twin flame, a companion of your heart. The healing insight says you don't need anyone else to make you complete. A twin flame complements your own wholeness. The frequency is earthy or high, depending on crystal. The chakras are Earth Star, Heart, Soul Star, and Stellar Gateway. The timing is any moment, so be patient. And the soul path is unconditional, mutually supportive union. And I laugh because as I'm reading that, this giant raven just flew by my window. I actually feel called to also read the bottom of the deck energy here. So here's the page 115. You can screenshot it if you want. So it says wound healing. Charoite, am I saying that? Help me. Anyways, provides deep physical and emotional healing. Whoa. Transmuting negative energy, it converts dis-ease to wellness. With its assistance, you recognize that your greatest trauma is also your most profound gift. Accept it with grace. Charoite re-energizes, heals, and integrates dualities, healing past life dis-ease carried into the present life. I don't know if I was thinking that or if I said that in your reading about like what you're fearing or something, like what you fear is the same thing that is going to like help you grow or something like that. And it says here, you recognize your greatest trauma is also your most profound gift. Wow. Self-understanding says deep fears and schisms pervade your being. You may not feel that you belong on earth. Alienation and insecurity lie beneath a deceptive calm surface, this mask, right? You are subtly driven by others' thoughts and programs rather than your own. Your autonomic nervous system may be malfunctioning. If so, it needs to be recalibrated, right? Integrating energies, recalibration, gently, right? With this Ananda light. Divination says, time to take control. Yes, be assertive. Queen energy. You are undergoing a vibrational change, creating links to higher realities. Yes, door to spirit. Surrender to your full power, right? The sun here. Opening up your mind. Ace of freaking swords. All right. You are undergoing a vibrational change, creating links to higher realities. Visions of past lives suggest ways to redress karma personally and collectively. 6 of Cups, past, right? This can even be talking about past lives. Healing Insight says, in accepting the present moment as perfect, you create the space to heal. The frequency is high, the chakras are all, the timing is any. The soul path is service to humanity, healing the wounds of the past. Wow. That's absolutely beautiful message that was coming through here. I'm so happy and extremely grateful to be a part of this collaboration with everyone. Thank you, Velvet Cat, for collaborating with me once again. I appreciate you all for watching. I hope that was helpful. Take care.
Welcome in. I'm Velvet Cat, and I'm glad that you chose me to provide you with messages that your angels have been trying to tell you. But before I get into your reading using the cards, I actually felt called to go outside for a moment and encourage you to also go outside. Find a patch of grass to sit on, look up at the sky, and breathe in life for like 5 minutes without a bunch of tech noise. If there's no patch of grass nearby, enjoy your walk and notice your surroundings. Then come back and tell me how it went in the comments. As you can see in the video, I'm setting up some paint and paper in my backyard to channel signs and symbols from your angels, confirming that my messages are for you. But if you'd rather skip this part, you can go to this timestamp I've linked in the description. If you stay with me and there are no symbols for you though, I hope you enjoy the bird sounds as much as I did. I won't be talking in the rest of this channeling, but you'll see words and quotes popping up in the screen describing what I was painting. And you'll notice towards the end when I'm writing letters and numbers, the birds get really chatty, so I also included a short message from them to some of you. Now, I said I wasn't going to be talking through this channeling of the painting, but as I was doing some research about Neptune to provide you with some information about it, I found this amazing article from nylon.com titled An Astrologer's Guide to Neptune. And immediately, this is trippy. This article starts by saying, over the rainbow and beyond the source wall reigns Neptune. Over the rainbow, like the song from Wizard of Oz, which is how I started this channeling with the Yellow Brick Road. I wonder who this connection is for. But so Neptune is the planet of imagination, elevated consciousness, and inebriation. It is a very slow planet which takes approximately 165 years to make a full orbit around the sun. And this planet is named after Poseidon, the king of seas, storms, and winds. In Cosmos and Psyche, Intimations of a New World Review, Richard Tarnas defines Neptune's domain as transcendental, spiritual, ideal, and symbolic, subtle, formless, and intangible, ruling over myth and religion, art and inspiration, dreams and visions, universal compassion, melted ecstasy, illusion and delusion, escapism, intoxication, and enchantment in both positive and negative senses. I'll link this article in the description if you'd like to read it. But this is what it says. If you've ever encountered infinite bliss at a rave, then spent the whole day cursing your life while hugging a toilet bowl, congratulations, you've encountered Neptune in all its aspects. Those artists who have written a creative high in their studio only to feel devastated and enervated immediately after knowing the power and danger of higher inspiration. To encounter Neptune is to cross the gates of abstraction and altered consciousness, a trip which can yield world-altering results, or leave you shipwrecked, stranded, and delirious. But for all its dangers, Neptune promises ego dissolution through spiritual surrender, the possibility of wading into something vast and eternal. As the higher vibration of Venus, Neptune awakens your individual talents and feeds them into the source. In his Complete Astrology, Alan Oken writes that Neptune is the celestial musician, the force which makes men dream while hearing a beautiful symphony. Neptune is also the patron of ballet, who causes the dancer to merge herself with rhythm and to become an extension of the sound, bringing the individual into contact with those master souls who govern the evolutionary processes of the universe. If you can build a craft to withstand the storm, the passage will be worth it. Here I have all my angel tarot decks and oracle decks ready for the messages. And what's really cool is that right when I was about to click record, our angels confirmed that they are here because I looked at the clock and it was 3:33. As I mentioned in the intro, these are general readings, so don't force anything to resonate. And if you're triggered by anything, it could actually mean that there is healing and shadow work needed. But if this message or any of my messages don't resonate with you at all, then you might have not picked intuitively. That is totally okay, and you can go back to pick a different mystic. Wow, so immediately the first messages are actually quite clear. See, here we have the victory card reversed with the number 28 on it, which adds up to a 10, which is also a 1, showing a variety of energies that are here. Some are starting some new things, others of you are actually ending, closing down the things that you don't resonate with anymore to make space for the new, and others of you are kind of hesitating, considering, but all of you I see here with having the card self-acceptance right next to it and the be gentle with yourself card. I feel that all of you are being quite hard on yourselves. You hold yourself to high standards, and I actually relate to this. So we might have similar energies, and that's why you chose me for your reading. But your angels want you to stop talking negatively to yourself. They want you to realize that you're a king or a queen, that you're a gem. And perhaps you can actually remind yourself of this by surrounding yourself with little gold things, because of how we do have all the gold here and the colors in her outfit and the colors in her attire here, which do show her like royalty. So you can get pyrite and place it in different parts of your home, kind of like how I have this one right here. Or little decor items, kind of like these pyramids, but in a gold color. Or decorate your home with gold foil type of art, gold sprayed wreaths and plants. Get little things, kind of like how I have this one right here too. This is pretty neat. So these could be your reminders to value your things and also value yourself. Not in a vain manner, not as a pretense, as if everything is great and there's nothing wrong in life, because we shouldn't live a pretense or bypass pain, be toxic positive, but just as reminders and little signs to shift your thoughts around everything you could be grateful for, everything you've achieved, every little and big thing. And to treat yourself right, to be gentle with yourself. And ask to be treated right as well. Forgive your mistakes, like how this word here, self-acceptance, is about not shunning your flaws and not ignoring that they're there either. There's always room for improvement. But give this time. Accept your imperfections and others. Everyone is trying in life and all efforts count, as long as we don't give up. So how is it that you think you're flawed? Is it in your appearance? Is it in your skill set? In your personality, your demeanor, your presentation? In your life path and where you want to be? In comparison to others? I sense that you're often in your head because of how we do have the crown card here that says spirituality on it with this angel being, Keter, or Keter, however you say that. And even this being here looks highly structured with all these muscle lines. And the horns on the head are like those of a bull. So even if you're highly intuitive and wise, as said here with the word spirituality, you might keep denying what you know. You might be great at helping others and giving advice, but then when it comes to yourself, this is where it's hard for you. Now I do want to read a little bit about this card here from the book, because I feel like it has a great line there, the last sentence. I'm not going to read the entire thing, just this little tiny bit. So it says, the crown sits above the head and embodies that which is beyond our comprehension. One must envision Keter not as an object that can be perceived, but as a light that is cast upon it. Keter's light is beyond knowability, a timeless expanse of pure consciousness. Only through respect for our own limitations do we begin to see the shadow of its nature. So I feel that this ties in with the Goddess of the Moon card number 52. About making space for shadow work, for quiet contemplation, for healing. To journal about your perceived limitations and blockages in life, mind, and body. Perhaps even seek professional help to really dig deep into the nature of these thoughts. Your angels have been trying to bring your awareness to patterns in various aspects of your life that are holding you back from your manifestations, a blissful life. And to get some clarity on that, we do have these tarot cards, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed, King of Wands, and Knight of Cups reversed. Along with at the back of the deck, we have here the Six of Wands, which says victory on it. And this is so cool how this is basically the opposite of this. So we have victory here reversed, and then we have it again right side up. I feel that you're either on the precipice of victories, of celebrating something soon, like a promotion, winning a competition you're training for, scholarships and acceptance letter to your dream college, gaining recognition and social online influence. Or you've had a collection of this, like how she's holding one of the wands and there are 5 others floating beside her, showing your past milestones while currently being in one. And so these cards do compare or do show your comparison that I talked about earlier, comparing yourself to siblings, to friends and colleagues, and perhaps feeling less than, like seeing yourself as just beginning, as being a little kid amidst such a big world, when in reality you are this person right here. To others, that's how they see you. They see you as an achiever, an inspiration. Your angels don't want you to retreat from being your fullest, charismatic, powerful self. They don't want you to retreat from your loved ones and potential love. And you actually don't need to change a whole lot or throw everything to the trash and completely start over. You just need some refinements in your plans. And actually reminders that you're on the right track. You already know what you want, what's right for you right now. With all the symbols here of royalty, how she has a crown, she has a crown, her as well. This wreath right here, she also has a crown, and then right here the kid is standing by a crown. The message that comes through is that one of making decisions as your future self would, as your highest self would, as yourself that is living the life you want. That self wouldn't be chasing money, and that self would look back at all their achievements and mistakes and understand why everything happened the way that it did. Open your eyes to look at yourself. Don't look away. Take a moment to look around and look at yourself. Really look, and without judgment. Just acknowledge. Okay, cool. Now move on to what you want. Not because it's better, but just because you want it. And not because it's what others have or say you should want. You don't need to live the same way everyone else does. What sounds awesome to you? Time to figure out how to make it happen. Oh, there are limits? Everything in life has limits. Inventors were limited to their time period, resources, and education, yet they still invented. Limits are not excuses. They're the challenges that make a video game fun to play and movie interesting to watch. Limits are the script, the premise to start with to create something, and they make for better stories. So, what stood out to you in the reading and what did you resonate with? Let's talk about it in the comments. If this is your first time on my channel, I hope you click like, subscribe, and share the video with someone you would like to wow too. For more pick-a-card readings or videos that can spark your creativity and courage in pursuing your dreams, I've created specific playlists in my channel and linked videos I recommend in the description. You might also want to turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos, since YouTube no longer shows you all your subscriptions. Thanks for watching and see you next time!